Everybody, I'm going to do a little. First, let me say something to you guys. If you guys want to see why I got into YouTube, why all that and stuff, let me show you something. Because Andy, and I'm going to do a lesson. Andy and Tom don't understand something. They both joined YouTube in 2014. Right? 6 years before they even joined YouTube. Let me do my color resonation thing here, the brightness, so you guys can see. I took most of my videos down when I came back. So I had a really popular channel. I left some of the teaching videos up. See your videos? That's me. 16 years ago, 34,000. There's some on there, 25. I took the big ones down that were just videos with me playing and stuff on songs and stuff. I had a lot of videos. My YouTube channel, 6 years before they even joined, were bigger than both of their channels combined today. What? Yeah. So here's the ignorance of everything. These two clowns, and I'm going to say that in a nice way, do not research their topics and have no fucking idea and are condescending to somebody like me when they have no idea who I am, what I came from, or how big my YouTube channel was before. I walked away from YouTube 14 years ago and came back 2 years ago. No, so it was 16. So basically 2 years ago when I started, 14 years prior to when I just came back 2 years ago. 2 years ago, I went from hundreds of thousands of subscribers down to 200, I believe it was, 150. Now it's back up to 2.5. I had hundreds of thousands of views of some of the biggest fucking YouTubers on my YouTube of today, back then when they first started out, because I started out way before Ola England and some of these other people. The hypocrisy and the stupidity of reality is people that don't like to do research. And Tom and everybody should be smarter than they are. Why? Because I do this time and time after again, where I release information from my past that actually negates everything that they say. And he talks about, I'll never punch down, and Satriani would never punch down. You don't know Joe Satriani. You've never been with him 24/7. You don't know what the fuck he said about other guitar players. What, you mean on YouTube? He's beyond YouTube. He was already popular before YouTube was out. So was I. And then I retired and used YouTube as something else. So if you guys want to hear the full story, I'm more than happy to go into it. But to talk shit about somebody and not know where they came from is ignorant. This goes to show another phase of my life that was bigger than both their channels together at one point in time. Before they even came on here. 6 years before they came on here. I already left with one of the biggest channels on YouTube. And it was growing madly. Mark Stafoli from G66. All these guys were on here. All of them. Ola England was on my page. I talked to him constantly when he didn't show his face. He did the same thing I did. His were a little more professionally done. But people are too fucking stupid to know what they talk about. Just like the Satriani comment. Joe would never punch down, right? No, you're wrong. You don't know fucking Joe. You don't know if he fucking... You don't even know if he's gay or straight or if he's... Nobody fucking knows. I don't know. Why? I'm not involved in his life. To make assumptions based on people like Satriani shows you the fucking ignorance and mentality of somebody like Andy Wood. It shows you that when people come on here and they try to use your analogy and they can't multiply like Tom, they're fucking idiots. They do it to themselves. I just emphasize what they do. So, lesson today. I'm going to give you some patterns. So I was going to do the high gain one. We'll get into that. But this is going to lead into it because I'm going to show you some exercises and how to practice getting ready for high gain. So one thing a lot of people talk about is technique. But they honestly don't know how to explain technique. These must work together as one. These are intertwined with this. This is your enemy. This is my enemy. I'm not going to let it beat me. I'm going to have the mentality of a fighter. I'm going to use these two with some technique and practice to beat my opponent. Man, I like where this is going. So, what do we practice? Well, let me show you a couple things at GIT. The chromatic system. Now, here's the thing. Play that legato. Slow. You see the difference when you play slow? You create a rhythm and you repeat that rhythm forwards and backwards. These must work together. This is how I develop my speed, my legato, and the picking together through this. Whether it's what? Why can't I do it backwards? But if I go, then there's no accountability between this and this. That's the accountability. That's going to lead to stuff like, see if I could do it with no gain. Yes, I can. So let me go back in here and let me get a gain setting for you guys so that we can go into some of the gain and you can see exactly what I'm talking about. Splone. Now, if I go, that's not a lot of gain. You see the rhythmical pattern there? These are working together. If you watch, I do a lot of rhythmical patterns together. And where did I get that from? Randy Rhoads. But he does that run twice. So you have to have the... There's a timing factor involved. And that was sloppy even. That was sloppy for me. But it's close. But the thing is, you have to have these in sync together. Now, so again, this, I think of this as a noise gate. I don't think of it as muting. That starts to get sloppy, but listen. Now that's not. I'm allowing access for strings to come through. The other part of that is this. Let me show you my picking hand if I played Panama. Watch the attack on my pick hand. The snap. There's no snap now. Gate. Gate. Even with a lot of effects, I'm very articulate and clean. Now, if I add overdrive, it's going to compress it and it's going to make it a little bit more noisy. Now, am I hiding behind sound? No. But you can get to the point where you can use sound as a tool or a crutch. I hear a lot of guitar players use it as a crutch. And it's not the acoustic that's a sure sign of your technical ability. The idea of not using a lot of effects is not the sure sign of a great guitar player either. Sorry, Andy. It's when they can go from a lot of effects with a lot of overdrive into and being articulate like this. And then I take the overdrive off. And my playing is not affected using effects. Effects are to enhance, not limit or cover or mask. So if I go over here and we go bypass, bypass, now I'm dry. A little reverb from the board. So what's the difference? These work together. Same with or without. Let's add more delay. Now, will this mask it, or will you be able to hear my sound articulate? You can still hear every note and every mistake I make. Why? These work together with technique. So gain can have an effect on you, but so is the way you practice. So now even if I practice with a lot of overdrive and gain, let me take some of this back off. Here's another exercise I want you guys to practice. You're going to practice in threes. So that's 9. Whoops. It's harder to practice that at a nice rhythm. See? And then when you throw the rhythm off, now you're accountable. But to go, you can't distinguish where the mistake is because it's too fast. You can pick them. You can hammer them. And do fours. 1, 2, 4. So sounds like an Irish shake. So there's some exercises for you to help you with that, because I think that's going to benefit a lot of people and help you guys out. So where am I at time-wise? 7:71. And learn to compress your chords. About 1.5 inches away from the neck pickup, that attack. Let me show you something that I do. I don't know if... So I'm adding muting in there, and then I can snap pick the chord. I pick that one chord out. With the muting. So I'm adding, compressing a chord one time with the rhythm with the muting. That's how I play everything, compressing with my pick. These are working together. So when I play Crazy Day, no compression on that part. No snap. Only accent. So I hope this helps out. So let me know if you guys want to hear some of the story on how I got into music, how I got into guitar, how I got into the industry, got out of the industry, what caused me with the arrest, and where that happened, and how everything kind of manifested, and everything was across the board, where maybe it might be interesting to some of you guys to understand what actually was happening at that moment in time. Let me see something real quick. I don't like the way that sounds. I wanted to try something real quick. Anyway, not working for me. So, if you want me to talk about that so you guys have an understanding of where I came from, how big the YouTube channel was, and why I walked away and that whole story, post in the comments if you want me. I could talk about myself on the next Tom Bukovic next Monday. I'll try to talk on the Tom Bukovic happy hour. Maybe I'll talk about myself and explain more of what I'm not here to bash people. I'm just here to point out the inconsistencies and why people do things. Now, I have nothing against people making a business out of YouTube, but when you use YouTube, you're using it. You're basically like OnlyFans. You do Instagram. If you want to see more of me, join my OnlyFans. That's what it reminds me of. When you're using your channel to do lessons and to sell T-shirts I don't have a problem with that. But don't fucking come on here and say, hey man, can you pay my internet bill $1, $2, whatever you can contribute helps. Bullshit. Bullshit. That's the problem I have. And if they can't understand it, I don't know what to tell them. So if you want me to talk about all this and how I got into YouTube, why I left YouTube, all that, please let me know in the comments. I hope this video helped out with explaining some of the stuff as well as the lesson part. Peace out. Have a great week.